Good morning. Today, Monday, July the 20th, we are introducing the St. James R1 School Reopening Plan for the 2020-2021 academic year. Our academic calendar has not changed. Our first day of school will be Tuesday, August the 25th. In this presentation, we will share many of the details of our plans in regards to safely and responsibly returning to school during this unusual time. The global coronavirus pandemic has introduced a new level of risk for in-person instruction and in-person gatherings. Our school is designed to educate students through social, face-to-face interactions in relatively close spaces and in large groups. The benefits of this approach to education are well accepted. We have heard from our community via the parent survey earlier in the summer and are aware that access to school is important to you. We also know our community prioritizes student and staff safety and expects a thoughtful reentry plan. As we plan for a school year likely to be continuously impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic, the priorities we hold are 1, providing environments that are as safe as possible for students and staff, and 2, providing equitable, guaranteed, and viable education for students. St. James R1 will be accessible to all students through a choice model. Students and families will have 2 options this school year. They may choose to engage in their education in a seated, in-person format, the traditional learning environment, or, for the first time, due to the concerns associated with COVID-19, students and families may choose to participate in an online virtual format. The district's online format, which is known as STJ Virtual, is the preferred online format. The coursework within the STJ Virtual format provides the same offerings and allows the virtual learner to learn alongside the seated students simultaneously. Our instructional staff has been and will continue to be trained to meet the needs of all students, both seated and virtual. According to the parent survey conducted last month, the top 5 concerns and suggestions of responding parents were 1, increased cleaning, disinfecting, and sanitizing in workspaces and classrooms. At St. James School, a revised plan is in place for our custodial, maintenance, and even instructional staff to drastically increase and improve all cleaning, disinfecting, and sanitizing protocols. Teachers will be helping with many of the disinfecting processes in and around their classrooms throughout the school day. The second biggest concern identified was the availability of cleaning and sanitizing supplies to employees. We feel we have already received the appropriate amount of cleaning and sanitizing supplies to get the school year started. We will continue to monitor the situation as we navigate further into the school year. The third concern identified was the need to improve health hygiene routines by students and staff at school. We have a plan in place to amp up hygiene, education, and protocols for all staff and students upon their return on August the 25th. Beyond educating all about hygiene practices, hand washing and a variety of social distancing signage posters will be distributed throughout all campuses. The fourth concern identified was the importance of closely monitoring and tracking symptoms, illness, and exposure. We will remain in close contact with the Phelps-Marys County Department of Health about the most up-to-date best practices and health and safety protocols when issues arise, and it will adhere to all of their recommendations. And the fifth and final concern listed is the need for the requirement of symptom checks of employees before entering or returning to the school or workplace. Once again, we will be in constant communication with the Phelps-Marys County Health Department and will be proactive in sending employees home or keeping them home when symptoms occur. We also have a plan in place to conduct health screenings for all staff each day upon their arrival.
In order to provide our community with a clear COVID-19 plan, we will be using 4 daily mode indicators. Level 1 will be used post-COVID-19, when all normal activities are able to be resumed. Level 2 is where the St. James School District would consider itself today. Level 2 will involve in-person, seated classes with restrictions from the COVID-19 pandemic. Today, we will discuss some of those restrictions. The full list of changes can be found in the Back to School Reentry Plan booklet. Virtual learners will not be impacted during Level 2. Level 3 will still consist of in-person learning, but will mean that some parts of the school district have been affected by COVID-19. This is a very fluid level that will consist of specific buildings or possibly even grade level cohorts being shut down, while other buildings are not affected. Any closed building or grade level will be moved into AMI learning. In Level 3, virtual learning will continue as normal. Level 4 is the final mode indicator of the St. James School District. In Level 4, all buildings within the district will be closed to in-person learning. All classes will be taught using the AMI format with options for students without internet connectability. Virtual learning will continue as normal during Level 4. First, let's talk about our online virtual option. STJ Virtual will be the district's virtual platform for the 2020-2021 school year. Our program was created for students who have safety and/or health concerns about the upcoming school year. Students enrolled in STJ Virtual will be expected to virtually attend school during normal school hours. Students will need access to internet in order to participate in STJ Virtual. It is our hope, if you as a parent are undecided for your child, that you first give the traditional seated format a chance before choosing the virtual format. Students will be allowed to enter STJ Virtual anytime during the semester when a concern should arise. Please note, once the student has chosen to enter the STJ Virtual format, he or she will not be able to return to traditional seated format until the following semester this January. In order to help the school district plan for the upcoming year, we do ask that parents enroll their children in the virtual option as early as possible. The enrollment window will open starting today. Alternative methods of instruction, also known as AMIs, will be used during individual building shutdowns, grade level or cohort shutdowns, or if the entire district was in a shutdown. If a student has a COVID-19 confirmed case, they would also be put on AMIs. If students do not have access to internet, please contact your child's building administrator for learning opportunities, and a plan will be put into place for your child. AMI will look a little different this year and will have expectations of students completing all assignments. Teachers will also be providing instruction with the AMIs this school year.
At this time, to ensure the safest possible environment for all students and staff, the St. James R1 School District will be following CDC and DESE recommendations on personal protective equipment. At the elementary, all preschool through 5th grade students and staff will be required to wear face masks. They will be required to wear face masks on school buses, upon arrival to the school buildings, in high traffic areas, and during departure from the school each day. All middle school and high school students, grades 6 through 12, students and staff will be required to wear masks throughout the entire school day unless 6 feet of social distancing can be ensured. We will be following CDC guidance on approved face coverings and how to wear masks. This information can be found on the CDC website.
Next, we have students that are transported on buses. Students will be required to wear masks while on the bus. Students will be separated on the bus where feasible. Buses will be disinfected after each use. Buses will have hand sanitizer available, and bus drivers have been properly trained in COVID safety measures. Parent transportation. Parents that are willing and able to transport their children to school are encouraged to do so during this time to help assist the district in limiting the number of students on school buses. If you choose to transport your student or students, we greatly appreciate your help.
We will be in constant contact with all parents and patrons this school year about any and all plans related to COVID-19 and possible school closings. At this time, we do not plan to close schools every time a student or staff report symptoms. However, we will be in close contact with the parents and staff about every situation as they evolve. If or when a positive test should occur, immediate communication with the Department of Health will help us determine individual or cohort contact tracing. An immediate decision about cohort, building, or full school closures will be communicated to the appropriate parents and staff using some or all of the listed formats on this slide. School Messenger will be used for all urgent school messages, followed by appropriate posts on the district's website and social media accounts. If you have questions or concerns about this plan, please leave your comments below. As new information continues to present itself, expect this plan to be updated and made current with the latest guidance. Additional updates will be posted at stjschools.org/COVID-19. In order to see the detailed plan of reentry, please view the St. James R1 School District's full COVID 2020 reopening plan. In conclusion, this plan is not about surviving. It is about thriving as we prepare to appropriately respond to the many challenges we will inevitably face this school year. Moving forward, St. James R1 Schools will redefine the future by being a proactive district as we reopen our schools. We are committed to providing sustainable and flexible support for our families. We don't have all the answers, but we will continue to work hard to support our students, parents, staff, and community as we strive to adapt to the many considerations, questions, and challenges beyond our control. Thank you for your continued understanding and support.